I'm ready.
You didn't want to watch that. That was a horrible show. In the sense of Cyberpunk, not in the sense of all of us. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Penultimate Conquest podcast. Today's topic is Resident Evil Village reactions to the showcase, I guess. Is that right? Yeah? You can say that? Okay.
You're the boss.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to give us a like and subscribe to help and support us and see more great content. If you missed out on any of this week's content, feel free to check out the website, thepenultimateconquest.com, and check out our VODs and the schedule for the rest of the month. It's a big group of people here on this podcast. Today I have with me, let's start off with John. John, how's it going, buddy?
Hi, it's going pretty good.
Good. You excited to talk Resident Evil?
Yeah, I am a brand new Resident Evil fan. I got into it last year. I played Remake 1 and 2 and 3 all in a row.
Okay, cool. We also have Richie. Richie, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Are you a big Resident Evil fan?
Yeah, I played every single one all the way through except for Code Veronica. That's the only one I haven't beaten.
So you're not a big fan, is what you're saying?
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
I don't know about that.
It's just,
A big fan would have played Veronica. Code Veronica. That's all I'm saying.
okay, you know what?
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. We also have, of course, we have the Anime Nation host himself, Ryan. Ryan, how's it going?
Doing good, Ruben. How about yourself?
It's a Sunday, which is always inevitably leads up into a Monday, but that's neither here nor there. And I can't hear a word you just said, Ryan.
That's okay.
Okay.
We'll go with it.
Okay. We also have Tessa, our residential Resident Evil expert, I'm assuming.
I have played Code Veronica.
Ooh, so yeah. How's it going, Tessa?
Going good. Going good. I love talking about Resident Evil, so I'm happy to be here.
Well, good. We're happy to have you. So, let's start off with the trailer. Now, let's rewind. Let's not even go to the trailer. Let's start off with what were our expectations of this showcase. I know this is a little late in the game because the showcase was on Thursday, but fuck it, we're just going to go into it. John, what were your expectations?
My expectations were very simple. I was expecting Resident Evil Village gameplay, and I was expecting something from one of the other Resident Evil things they were doing this year. We got verse and a movie. I was expecting the movie thing, but not a whole lot much more than that.
Okay. Cool. Where they met, I'm assuming, yes.
Say that again?
Where your expectations met.
Yes, okay. My expectations were met. They weren't surpassed, but they were met.
Okay, cool. Richie, what were your expectations and were they met?
My expectations were kind of high. I'll admit that. I've been hyped about Village for a while now.
Interesting.
They were mostly met. There was one thing I wanted to be shown, and it wasn't, so I'm a little sad.
What was that?
But, either the Resident Evil 4 remake or a HD version of Code Veronica.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it, since that's the only game that you haven't played. I'll allow it. Ryan, what were your expectations and were they met?
My expectations were very similar to my boy Richie over here. I also was excited for 8 especially after how 7 really revived the series for me. It made it a lot, not better, but just a new twist on Resident Evil from the action style back to horror. So to see more of that, great. And I also was one of those people that's like, I really think we're going to see that Resident Evil 4 remake trailer today.
Okay.
Or at least like a screenshot or something. Didn't happen, but I'm okay with that.
Okay.
8 looks good.
All right. Tessa.
I was mostly wanting to see more of 8. Was definitely not let down there. I expected to not necessarily see anything about Resident Evil 4, but I was expecting to hear something about it. The reason I wasn't expecting to necessarily see it is because I've been working so hard on Resident Evil 8. I think it's a lot to ask of a team to have footage of that and 4 at the same time.
Yeah.
And looking at the footage for 8 that they showed, it's beautiful and it's had a lot of work put into it. It's a lot of detail, and it makes sense that they didn't show 4. Um, Besides, 4 is one of their most popular games, and as it was pointed out to me, it makes sense because you don't want to take away from a brand new game by throwing one of their most popular ones remade right after it.
Yeah. I think you're right about that. I think they're probably saving 4 remake for either next year or just like later on this year, just to get this one out of the way first. I think this comes out May 15th. Am I right?
May 7th.
I have the thing turned down.
I thought it was May
Let me
7th.
look here.
It could be May 7th. I could be off.
May 7th, 2021.
Yeah, so most likely they're probably just holding it off to the end of the year or closer to the end of the year. Yeah, like I've said before, I'm not a big Resident Evil guy, but I think this game looks enticing to me. Will I play it? Probably not more than an hour because I'm afraid I'm going to shit my pants. But that's okay. That's all right. I'll have it here just in case I ever want to dive into it. I currently have here Resident Evil 1, 2. Oh, no, that's a lie. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and Resident Evil 7. Sorry, Biohazard. So we'll see if I ever get the courage to play more zombie games and not shit my pants. We'll see. Didn't they also show off something else? What was it, Ryan? Do you remember?
Yes, they showed off a multiplayer mode that will be attached to this called Resident Evil. Where is it here in my list of notes?
It's Reverse.
Oh,
Yeah,
Reverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Resident Evil Reverse, which looks like a third-person shooter where some people will be playing the zombies, like the special zombies from the series, and you'll be playing as classic heroes from Resident Evil, so Chris, Leon, that sort of thing.
Okay. Tessa, you shook your head a hard no with that. What's up? Did you not want this?
I just no.
Were you a fan of what Resident Evil 3 brought, the remake? What was it, Project?
Resident Evil
Resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I have a confession. I've played Resident Evil 3 multiple times, just not the remake. So,
Okay, that's all right.
but I don't think that Resident Evil games are meant to be multiplayer.
Okay.
The little bit, because I remember they even tried to kind of include some of that with the game we don't talk about, Resident Evil 6, which is better than people give it credit for. But that's
Which
a
one
different
is
topic.
Which one is 6?
Thank you.
That's the one that
you're
has the
welcome.
3 storylines.
Which one
Yeah.
is South Africa?
The sixth one.
That's
That's
5.
6 is 5.
That's 5.
5 is South Africa. 6
Okay.
is the giraffe getting a blowjob.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's way funny, okay.
Okay,
The
I played
cover
also.
of it, that's just what people
That
pointed out.
describes it more than the actual game because nobody played the game.
I'm sorry.
I
Now I'm.
played that
Whoa.
game multiple times. I'll have you know, it is a lovely game. It's just a lot in one game. It is tiring because there's so much in it,
And it's
but
over
it is
the top.
a good game.
It's
It's
Oh.
over the top. 5 has
5?
Chris punching a boulder. How is 6 over the
Oh,
top?
I think 5 is really fun. I really like 5.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I love 6. 6 is just has moments where it's so over the top that I'm just sitting here laughing every time I play it because I'm like, wow, this is actually happening, but I still
Like
enjoy
what?
it. Where when you're doing the parts with Leon in the caves going down to fight whatever her name's sister, and you're with Ada and you swing across and then you just swing back, she jumps onto you and you just swing around, just having a good old time, while there's a giant dangerous monster underneath you. And then the plane crash and everything at the very intro, and then you have to relive it.
Okay.
And also, who doesn't want to suplex monsters or zombies?
I guess I don't get how that's outlandish in a video game world about zombies and mutants and now werewolves
And
Oh, I'm not
vampires.
and vampires.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was vampires a thing before? I didn't know.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they're
I was just
Totally
zombies.
they
I
are
mean,
literally
Wesker acts a lot like a vampire. Like he's heavily inspired by vampires.
okay.
He's just really handsome.
Yeah, too handsome to be a
No,
zombie.
no, really handsome goes to Leon.
I mean, you're not wrong too. Leon is the pretty
I
boy.
mean, you're not wrong,
Leon
but
is
we
like
can also agree.
realistically handsome, and Wesker is like scientifically enhanced handsome. Like he's so handsome, he doesn't seem like a human being, and you
It's like,
can't
was
trust
he
him.
made in a lab?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe it's just because I have a burning hatred for Wesker. I don't see it, but anyway.
I love him.
Okay. So let's talk about this trailer. What did we
Yeah.
see? Because again, I'm pretty sure I didn't watch it. I watched the trailer once, and I was like, okay, cool. Saw the tall lady everybody's obsessed with. I saw werewolves. I saw zombies, obviously, and I'm assuming vampires that can turn into, what was it, wasps or bees?
Bats.
Bats.
Like little itty
Bats.
bitty
That-
bats or something.
It's real
It
weird.
was insects.
Oh, it was
That's why
insects.
you had insects
Yeah.
crawling out of his
Ugh.
arm, like you could see it.
Ugh.
They turned into swarms of different insects.
Getting itchy just thinking about it.
Oh god, I
It's
think it's
ridiculous.
beautiful and well done.
Okay. John, what did you think of the addition to the Resident Evil lore?
I think Resident Evil can do whatever the fuck it wants. I mean, people forget the first Resident Evil. Halfway through the game, giant spiders start showing up. There's a boss fight against a giant snake.
There's a shark in the
Dog-
basement.
Shark in the basement. Lizard humans. As far as I'm concerned, dog people and people with sharp teeth are like the least weird things in the series.
So you say that, wait, were you talking about dog people as in werewolves or dog people in general?
dog people as in werewolves.
Oh, okay.
I've only played Remake 1, Remake 2, and Remake 3, so if there's stuff in between, I'm not aware of that yet.
There was a remake one?
It was
On the
like an
GameCube.
HD
They
enhanced.
remade the very first game from the PS1 on the GameCube.
Oh, okay.
And it
Okay.
plays exactly the same, but it looks much nicer.
Okay.
And the voice acting is a little bit better.
And the controls are much
You
better.
can only handle the Jill sandwich so well. Like that's just a
Yeah.
line that's forever going to be terrible.
The Jill
I don't know, I
sandwich.
think it
What
should
the
be
hell is
You were
going on?
almost a Jill sandwich.
There's
But
the
anyway.
part where Jill is almost crushed to death, and a guy saves her. And his first line to this human who almost died is, "You were almost a Jill sandwich," and she's like,
Good old
"Fuck
Barry.
you, I almost died."
I was like, that human has a name and it's Barry, and he's one
Yeah.
of the greatest characters until he like immediately dies.
I'm just saying, if someone made a bad pun seconds after I almost died, I would punch them in the face.
But also, Resident Evil is a universe where I don't think a Barry would ever survive. You know? Like, he's there for a good 5 minutes, and then that's it. He's dead. We don't mention him ever again.
But would
He's
you
in
at least
Resident
expect
Evil
him
3
to
remake.
I don't know, guys. I didn't play RE3. Again, I almost shit my pants playing the seventh one.
Point out
Honestly-
that Barry was also in Revelations 2, so
Mhm.
Oh,
he
yeah,
wasn't just in one game and died after 5 minutes.
So what you're saying is there's more than 8 Resident Evils.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there's
there's
a spin-off
Resident
game.
Evil 0. There's Resident
Oh, way
Evil,
more.
Outbreak, Code Veronica,
Outbreak
Revelations
2?
of Valente
1 and 2.
Mercenaries, Raccoon City Police Department, Operation Raccoon City. I can't remember. That one's bad though.
Okay. That one was the only bad one.
No, most of the ones I just said were bad. That's why they didn't have
Okay.
numbers.
All right.
We're
Okay.
not.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Ryan, what did you think of the additions to the Resident Evil universe? I can't hear anything you're
I can't
saying.
hear you.
Oh no. He's coming back.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm in Ryan's square.
That's okay. Once he turns on the camera, he'll be back. Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay, yeah, sorry, it's snowing in Arizona right now, so my internet is freaking the fuck out.
Oh,
It's fine.
I didn't know it snowed in Arizona. Okay.
It doesn't. It shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Global warming. I got you.
I think the additions are really good. Like everything they showed off, I thought was really cool, and keeping the first person from 7 is really fun.
So what you're saying is,
Like I love over the camera, not move that whole thing, the classic Resident Evil camera and everything. But first person's just terrifying in Resident Evil 7.
yeah,
So I'm glad they kept it to keep the horror.
yeah. Do we think it's coming to PSVR? I would assume so, right?
Oh, it has to.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't have to.
The only reason why I think it might not be is because Sony does not seem to want people to know that you can use the VR on the PS5. Like you have to buy a specific cable to like connect it, right?
No, they send it to you for free.
Like for free.
Yes.
But you have to like, they don't just send it to you as soon as you buy a PS5. Like,
You need
have
to
know about that.
No, that's not true. As long as you have a PSVR, they just ask you for the serial number on it, and then you can grab it. Well,
That
they
is
send it
more-
to you.
That is more effort than like 90% of people.
It's really not. Like I guarantee you, it's almost as if you're logging into your email. Just yeah, it's really not that bad. And plus, they said it would take us. Well, it would take them like 6 to 8 weeks to ship it out, and I got mine within 1 week.
Okay, that's
yeah.
I mean, I hope they do it. It feels weird how we have not heard much about the future PSVR on PS5. That's mostly what I'm going after, and it's not so much that Capcom doesn't want this to be played across both platforms. I'm just wondering how much they want to focus on older stuff when everything is going towards the future.
Yeah. Was Biohazard on Xbox?
It
Resident
was
Evil 7?
the only virtual reality was PSVR though.
Okay. All right.
There's ways to do it on PC, but like hacking ways, not legitimate ways.
Okay. I'm curious as to ask Ryan. So let me get this straight. You guys are totally fine with them adding vampires and werewolves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've already had lizard people.
This is
and
some
giant
bullshit,
snakes
guys.
And parasites that grow out of people's heads that turn into noodle monsters. Like,
Okay.
it's spooky.
All right. Cool.
That's the only rule, is that it's spooky.
Hell, they could take over like just the Mummy universe, and I'd be 100% okay with them doing it.
Yeah.
Ooh, mummies would be fun.
Thank you.
I think it helps. To me, the most important part of Resident Evil is the concept of the residents, like the contained point that you just constantly are spiraling around and unlocking new areas and tiptoeing back and trying to sneak away from stuff.
Okay.
And that's why I think Giant Big Titty Vampire is such an interesting mechanic, because they're basically taking Mr. X, taking Nemesis, and then they're like, what if it was hot? What if it was eloquent? Like, that's the thing a lot of people aren't talking about, is that she speaks full sentences. She has a plan. She's a planner, and she's like a socialite. Like, she dresses very fancy. She's got makeup just like the lovely Tessa here. And on top of all of that, she is after you. And at some point, like, I bet there's going to be transformations. I bet by the end she's going to look real gross and nasty. And people are going to be like, oh, God. She has, like, her fingernails that turn into claws thing. She's less from Full Metal Alchemist, basically.
Yeah.
And I think the way she's designed makes everything sort of work together, in that she feels like a Resident Evil villain, but she also feels like a villain that would be around werewolves and vampires. And so I think that kind of ties everything together.
Okay. Reggie, you look like you have things to say.
John, are you saying Mr. X isn't hot?
No. Mr. X is not hot. Nemesis is hot.
Wasn't
there's a
Nemesis
reason-
like the abomination looking guy?
Exactly. There's a reason why Nemesis is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and not Mr. X. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
sorry. I went through most of Resident Evil 2's remake, and I didn't shoot his hat off because he just looks so damn good in it.
See, I immediately shot his hat off, and he looks awful. And he's like that the rest of the game now.
Oh, he looks like a
And-
noir detective. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna solve crimes and punch your face in.
Yeah, he does. And then you shoot off his head, and then he just looks like a big man with a tiny bald head. And it's hilarious.
So the Hulk.
I want to say I had the most inappropriate comment pop up into my head.
What's that?
So
Oh, I was about to call them
about both of them
motherfuckers.
could both rip you in half, so it's all good anyway, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what's important.
I don't know if that's what's important, but okay. I mean, I would
Yeah,
like to
punch
stay
an
in.
evil monster.
I would like to stay in one piece, you know.
I didn't
No
see
king
this
shame.
conversation happening.
Neither did I.
Shaming Ruben.
Yes. Okay. So what this
This
is
is
leading
worst way
to
to
is
die.
fuck, marry, kill, Mr. X, Nemesis, evil giant vampire lady. Let's go around. All three of us. All five of us.
Okay, let's start with
Three
you.
of us. I love that was all three of us. at
Okay. So this
first.
is easy. This is easy.
It's easy, John.
Okay. Kill Mr. X because he's the worst one. Oh yeah. No, it is easy. Kill Mr. X. Fuck Nemesis. Marry the big titty vampire lady. There. The end. That's the
Okay.
only one you can have a conversation with.
Okay, Richie.
I'm gonna flip with John. I'm gonna kill Nemesis.
Good luck.
Fuck Mr. X. And marry Vampire Lady because oof.
Jesus. Okay, Ryan.
Quiet again, buddy.
Still can't hear you. Nothing.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
there we
heard
go.
that.
Finally, now we can hear you.
Okay. God, snow is really fucking up.
You could have
Arizona.
told us
God,
it was snowing.
It started like 10 minutes ago.
Okay. All right.
Picture.
Oh shit.
Mine's the same as Richie's. Just same order.
Okay.
Take that, John.
Tessa, what do you got here?
So I'm just gonna change it up a bit because I'm making my own rules,
Okay.
and that's how it's gonna be.
I'm also making up my own rules.
So, we have to do this with protagonists too. I hope you guys realize that.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
So, I don't even kill Nemesis because yikes. That's not a face you want to look at.
That's why he's got those tentacles.
Oh,
Go
God.
around you. You don't have to look
Oh.
at his face.
This. Oh no.
No.
This went from Resident Evil to straight hentai. All right.
Resident Evil's always been hentai.
I don't think so.
Well, now we know what corner of the internet you frequent.
There's no king
Uh,
shaming here. There's no king
There
shaming.
There is
here.
no king shaming. I didn't say it was a bad thing.
All right, I'm just making sure.
And then I would have to say, fuck tall vampire lady, and marry Mr. X.
You didn't
If
change
that-
any of the. You didn't change anything.
I was gonna say kill Mr. X and Nemesis.
Okay.
Fuck the
Vampire lady.
tall vampire lady and marry one of the hot daughters, but that's just me.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good point.
I mean, I'm the blonde one with like the blood dripping down her face, and I was just like, oof. All right.
Well, I mean, there is a logical option. You could kill yourself because you're living in a Resident Evil universe.
All of these options end in death. The only difference is the
Ruben,
one that's
save that argument.
Yeah, but I'm going my way, you know? Like,
die.
I'll take my own life, and have Mr. X do things to Nemesis if he wants. And, have him marry the tall vampire lady, I guess.
I should point out that
Now
the
we're
reason
getting
why
fanfic written.
Mr. X is at the bottom is because he's incapable of speech. He just makes guttural sounds. And Nemesis, can say stars, and that's one word, but it's a word. So that's why
You can't
Nemesis
teach
didn't roll
Mr.
well.
X sign language.
Oh
I
my!
mean, they tried. Like he didn't
It's
do
no
anything in
time.
the game.
Did they
I'm
really?
having flashbacks.
I read all the logs, and they were saying that he isn't capable of speech.
Okay.
That he could barely learn anything other than a target and to kill it, and that was basically it.
Okay. All right.
Also,
But they gave him a great hat.
I really
It is a
hate that
good
y'all just reminded me of the Resident Evil films by doing the whole stars thing.
Oh
It's
no.
very akin to Bane in the Batman movie going bomb and then placing that. Just no, we don't talk
See,
about
it just reminded me of the memes when Resident
Because
Evil
Tom
3
Hardy's a
came out.
shitty actor.
Oh, that's
Hey,
not the
well,
Bane I was
no,
talking about, and I have proof. I have
yeah, we
written
have proof.
proof.
I don't know
You
what you're
thought you
talking
were
about.
being slick in deleting it, but we already screenshot it.
I don't know
hate to
what you're
tell you
saying.
that.
I don't know what you're saying.
But after Resident Evil 3 remake dropped, there was a meme where it was like the troll guy where it's him crying and it was oh, Resident Evil 3 is not that good. It's just a crappy remake. And then there's me. Nemesis goes stars.
Oh, God. So, I guess we also have to do the protagonist, since, like Tessa said. So, Tessa, we're starting off with you now.
Oh, this is
Any of the
good.
protagonists?
Any of the protagonists.
Gotta pick 3. Give us 3 to work with.
Yeah, because
No,
then you'll just
we're
be
gonna-
like,
we're gonna
favorite
pick who we
protagonist,
want.
Mary, second favorite.
You know what?
Bud,
Since I don't
Okay.
know any of the
favorite Joel.
protagonists, what they look like, I'm going to pick. How about that?
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
Claire and Ada Wong better be on this list.
There's Claire, Ada Wong, Rebecca, Jill, Chris, Leon,
Oh, no. I have to look these up.
Carlos.
Who's the
and
best
whoever
Resident Evil
was in
protagonist?
Revelations.
Jesus.
Who was in Revelations?
The first Revelations was Claire and who
That
was her
was
partner?
Claire.
Or not Claire, it was Jill. Jill
Oh, it was
Valentine.
Jill. I thought it was Jill.
Wasn't it Chris?
Because Jill, you play as Chris in an extra part, but you know, on the actual ship you play
takes
as
place
Jill.
before RE5.
Yeah, and then you get to the boat, and then spoiler, it's the wrong boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we have here 1, Jake Muller. Number 2,
Oh,
Jill Valentine, which looks like she's playing for the wrong team. I would assume she's got something in the chest. I don't know.
oh,
Oh,
RE5
that's-
Jill.
that's the
a good
RE5
one.
Jill, okay.
Specifically
Okay.
RE5
Oh,
Jill.
That's the
Five
most
Let's
attractive
make it
Jill.
explicit.
Okay. I'm going to throw in 2 more people just because, you know, for the men.
Options.
Yeah, exactly. Ada Wong. I don't know who that is.
Oh, dude.
Resident Evil
missing
6. Okay. And then, obviously, I got to go with Leon Kennedy. Just because that's the
Ooh.
only one I know.
Ooh. All right.
Okay? Does that sound fair?
Okay.
Tessa.
So we have
we have Jill. We have
Resident Evil 5 Jill,
yes.
Jake Muller,
Jake Muller,
Ada Wong, and Leon
and Leon.
Kennedy.
Yep.
Which version of Leon Kennedy?
I would say RE2.
Ooh.
Okay, I can work with that.
Yeah. Fresh off the boat.
I
you
mean,
know.
you know what he evolves into. Like, just use your
Oh, yeah.
imagination.
Well, that's a limitless multiverse options. It all depends.
So I am obviously gonna marry Leon. I have to marry Leon. That's my bae.
He's really bad at
Um,
picking up signs, though. You know.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a work in progress, which is why in the meantime I would probably fuck Wesker's kid there, Jake. And then I would kill Jill.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what, her ass has been missing since the end of 5, and I'm over it. Like I don't know where the bitch is, and I don't care anymore, so she can die.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's a sore topic for me.
Okay. Ryan, who you killing? Who you marrying? Who you fucking? Still muted. Well, not muted, but can't hear you. So we're gonna go to Richie.
All right.
Try to fix your mic, Ryan, and let us know.
I'm gonna kill Jake
Okay.
because Jake I didn't get attached to his character.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. Fuck, I can't share this one because my mom's gonna kill me if she watches it. Fuck Ada, and you know what? I'll marry Leon. I could go on adventures with that man.
Okay.
He
Ryan.
has the highest survivor count, so he's most likely to keep you alive.
That too.
Just saying.
That's fair.
I feel like Ada would run off with my shit. Oh, that. Oh.
Ryan,
I think.
what do you got?
Yes, okay. Kill fucking Jake. I have no attachment to Jake. Jake can die.
Okay.
Fuck Leon
Ooh.
and marry Ada.
Okay.
Poor Jake.
That's my pick.
All right. And John, what do you got for me?
So, marry Ada because she is the best Resident Evil girl. Period. Fuck Leon because I don't know. Am I gay? Am I bi? Let's find out. Let's find out. If there's someone who can make me find out, it's him.
Okay.
And Mercy kill Jill because she's being mind controlled by a parasite in RE5, and that sounds like a bad time. So
Okay.
there's no way to save her or kill her.
All right.
We need to clip that. That was perfect.
Okay.
I hope it's.
Yeah, well, you can clip it out. Clip it out later.
I liked playing halfway through because I did Claire then Leon in RE2 remake, and halfway through I was like, I'm liking the cop look. What if we gave him the casual outfit? I have the DLC now, so I just put him in casual outfit, and I was like, I like it. Nice, good butt, nice jeans, nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can respect that.
Again, you guys are still not getting it. You kill yourself because you're living in a world with vampires and werewolves and zombies. And
But
then
can you?
what?
Are you not gonna fuck or marry anyone first?
No, I'm just gonna kill myself. Once I realize there's a zombie apocalypse, that's it. It's over for me. Like there's
I'm getting
no.
one more good time out here.
Ruben,
No.
Ruben, you're no fun in this game. You gotta.
I'm
pick
sorry.
someone.
I just.
When
don't-
you're a
We all know.
civilian-
We all know the answer, guys. He
When you're
would.
an NPC, you survive though. That's why Ashley, not a fighter, just a regular.
I don't want to live in a world where I'm constantly in
Survive.
fear. Okay.
Look,
I want to
we
go back
all-
to
and then you
acting
never
that.
see her because she survives.
No.
we all
You
know the answer. Ruben would kill Marianne. Fuck all together. Tom Hardy. That's all there is to
That's
it.
just not true
Okay.
at all. Tom Hardy is a really bad
This
actor.
episode
man.
Resident
is
Evil
unofficially
9,
sponsored
Tom
by Tom
Hardy.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy is
He
a really
doesn't-
bad
He
actor.
doesn't play a character. The main protagonist of Resident Evil 9 is Tom Hardy. Playing himself.
Oh my god! I hope we can get Tom Hardy to play someone. You
And
know
that's
what?
when
We'll have
Capcom
baby
goes
boys.
downhill. Okay.
All right, we need to get a petition started.
No,
Let's try to get
don't.
Tom
We're not
Hardy in the
starting this
Resident Evil
petition
movie.
on my
Let's do
on
it.
my show.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
No. Okay. All right.
Well, look
We
at that.
love
We're
Tom
now off
Hardy.
question. This podcast is never being seen.
I mean, it's already been seen by 2 people, I think.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's. Do we have anything to go with before we close out the show? Nobody.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I never got to give my reaction to the trailer and all. The
You're
new
right. I'm
things.
sorry. My apologies. I forgot.
Rude.
I apologize.
Fuck, way to kill.
So, no one has talked about what the hell did Chris do. I'm sorry. That's like my biggest thing right now. You see Chris leaving Ethan for dead essentially, and it looks like he's ripping his baby away from his wife, and next thing you know, Ethan's in a castle looking for his kid.
Are you?
What the hell did Chris do?
I'm sorry.
It's
Are you
Wester's
talking about
fault.
the end of 7?
No, this
No,
is in the
I'm
trailer.
talking
Oh, this is
about
in the
the
trailer.
trailer.
This was the beginning of the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know what the hell Chris did, because if this kid is in this castle with these vampires and surrounded by wolves, how the hell did that happen from Chris taking the baby? No one's actually talked about that, and I really want to find out. And I'm convinced that Chris has to be some kind of major part in this game, because looking at the collector's edition that they're releasing with a statue of Chris,
Chris is not
he's
a bad
got to
guy.
be in it. Yeah, and I just want to know how it got from point A to point B.
Well, I feel like Chris is kind of being derailed with everything he's experienced in the Resident Evil universe.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I mean, in the first trailer, we see him say, or we hear him say, "I'm sorry, Ethan," and then he shoots someone.
Yeah.
Who did he shoot? Did he shoot Mia? Is Mia going to come back to life? Is Mia not 100% cured, like we thought she was at the end of Resident Evil 7?
I think he shot Ethan.
Well, no, we see him standing off and pointing
I
the gun
also
this
think
way while
Ethan got
Ethan's
shot.
staring at him. Is Ashley
You
involved?
don't know, that could have been someone else's viewpoint.
True.
Don't forget, we also
Like they've
have
done that before.
the Resident Evil 5 or the PlayStation 5 demo was called Maiden, and you can't attack, you can't block, you can only run away. I'm wondering if maybe that's Mia trying to evade her capture or something like that.
I was hoping it would be like Ashley because I want to see Ashley come back.
Wait,
Well,
Mia's
if
Because
the
I
wife
Ethan's
of Ethan, right?
looking,
Mhm.
if
Okay.
if Ethan's looking for his child, I mean, I haven't played the demo because I don't have a PS5, and they don't say how old the child is at this point. I mean, it possibly be the child
I don't
in
think so because
question?
I think it takes place a year
As
after the seven.
somebody, I played the demo, and it just doesn't the height and everything of where you look, the viewpoint just wouldn't be right for being a kid.
That's what I'm saying, and
Unless
like the kid might not be a kid anymore.
Plus, it's Resident Evil, so like a
Accelerated
monster
growth.
kid can be any size.
But also, like, I guess I have some questions for RE7, I guess, because I didn't finish it. Like, is she a zombie or is she not a zombie? Like, what's going on here?
It's another form of the T virus. Is that right, Tessa?
That's Plagas.
It's
Yeah, like they were transporting it on that ship, and it was in the little girl, and the little girl was taken in by the Baker family, and it kind of went from there.
that
Okay.
child is like nightmare fuel.
I remember playing RE7 and waiting for the fucking grandmother to move out of that damn chair. And then at the very end, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, the grandmother was patient zero, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, this is freaking nightmare fuel. Especially the part where you're going through the house and you're in the little girl's room and you have your like little flashlight out and everything, and you're just like going around, and then you just see the child standing there. I was like, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
But
I wore a
no,
heart rate monitor.
another thing from the trailer though, I think they're gonna go with that, you know how in RE7, Jack follows you around. Jack follows you around throughout the entire house. There's very few safe areas. I think they're gonna do the same thing with the sisters,
Ooh.
like the Witches 3, that they're pulling from for that legend. I think they're gonna do the same thing roughly, because whenever they showed the gameplay, they show you in this like tight cornered hall and she's stalking you. Like you turn around and she's there, and that's whenever they show the insects crawling out of the arm, which is gonna be really difficult for me to play through because I have a very severe bug phobia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to be something that they take from RE7. Also, I was so excited to see the inventory system that they're using, because it was a throwback to my favorite one, which is from Resident Evil 4. It's definitely smaller, but it's the same kind of system, so I'm kind of happy to see that they're pulling from older games like that. But yeah, so I also think that they have a Jack Baker-esque character. I forget his name, but the one that they show with the sunglasses, that looks very like
The werewolf guy.
weird modern day. I think that's the brother she's talking about in the trailer. Whenever she says, "My brother couldn't keep an eye on you, so I'll see," or like it's like my brother couldn't contain you, so I'll have to do my best, or something like that. I think that he's the brother. and I think that's the starting area. And yeah, I mean, they more or less confirmed you start in the village and you work your way up to the castle, which is kind of also like Resident Evil 4, which is fun. But I'm probably gonna get off and play Resident Evil 4 after this. But yeah,
Not a bad choice.
I'm and I think it's interesting. Also, they have a merchant again. The best part of Resident Evil 4 was the merchant. They have a merchant again, and he is a big boy.
Oh yeah.
He is a big boy in a
He's
cart. He's a
thick.
throw. He is thick. Some might even say dummy thick. But no,
I
I'm
was gonna
just
say Humpty Dumpty.
Oh God.
more or less, yeah. But yeah, I'm so excited to see some of the things they're doing, and just the set pieces are so big and they look beautiful. Like whenever they show the castle for the first time, it kind of reminds me of Bloodborne. Even though I haven't played all the way through it, it's still that same kind of vibe and that same aesthetic, and it looks so amazing, and I'm so ready to just run around in there and get scared and have fun.
Okay.
So.
All right. Cool. Anybody else have anything they want to say? John?
I do. I don't like how they showed off Ariverse. I don't know what it is. They didn't seem to care to tell us what it is. They just showed a bunch of Resident Evil characters controlled by people in a multiplayer setting. Leon dies and then he turns into Mr. X. They didn't explain it. I don't know why they keep making these multiplayer modes and not really like they keep pushing them, but like they don't seem invested in them either. They just seem like they want microtransaction money.
It kind of read to me as like a gun game, but with the characters.
I thought it was like a free for all. That's what I took away from that. Was
It
like a
did
free
look
for all
like
to start
that,
off.
but it did appear like there was something where like Leon died first, and that meant he gets to play as Mr. X for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like it does seem like there's some concept where like there's a way to turn into like the pursuer characters or like enemy monster types, but they didn't bother explaining it, and it made it hard for me to care.
Okay.
I don't know. I probably won't touch it. So
Yeah, I mean the actual Resident Evil Village looks amazing. The graphics look incredible. The art design is on point. The village looks cool. The mansion, the castle, I mean, looks really well designed. Art style is really cool. The RE engine has been kicking it. There is not a single bad RE engine game, which is interesting for a proprietary engine. But Capcom knew what they were doing when they made it, and they made a lot of money off of it. So good job to them.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this game.
All right. Richie, any last words?
Yeah, I'm very curious to see like how this is all connected to the Resident Evil universe.
Yeah.
I am getting like very heavy like Resident Evil 4 vibes from it, just from seeing like kind of like Tessa said, the castle and everything. Like the interior of the castle gave me like a mixture vibe of the castle from Resident Evil 4 and then also the Spencer Mansion.
I
So
saw that a lot.
Spencer Mansion
I'm
is
really
from
excited.
one.
Yeah, Spencer
Yeah.
Mansion is from
Okay,
one.
yeah, because I also felt like, oh shit, this kind of looks like Resident Evil 1.
Like even the interior just looks like the Spencer Mansion with the double staircase going
Yeah,
up.
that's exactly what it was for me. The
Mhm.
double
And I was just
staircase.
like, wow, welcome home. And I mean, this is the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil, so it would feel like very like an homage to the Spencer Mansion, to where it all began. I do want to see if this is connected to somehow the European village you visit when you're in Resident Evil 4 and like the cultists and everything. I would like to see them do like a comeback, or
There's
even
cultists in here?
the village in 4. There's a cultist, which I'm surprised no one brought up. There's a dude that wears a potato sack on his head and has a chainsaw, and he's freaking terrifying and still
There's
gives me nightmares.
multiples of that dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
do-
like when you first see him in the 4th
Mhm.
game, I was
See,
in 7th grade when I played it, and I almost like shit myself.
I accidentally did not trigger that scene, and instead I found him just chilling at the end of the walkway. And so
Yeah.
I killed him and I got extra money. And then I went into the house thinking, okay, everything's clear, I'm good. And then I was like, oh shit, there's another one. And that, like, I stumbled across a fun way to get extra money right off the bat. So that was
That's actually
nice.
smart.
My roommate was playing Resident Evil 4 a long time ago, and I was watching him play through like the village section at first, and then I had to do errands or something, and I didn't see him for a day or two. And then next time I see him, he's fighting cultists in a castle, and I'm like, "Is this the same game?" Because everything looks different now. And he's like, "No, it's the same game. Look." And then he brings up like the suitcase menu, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's that game." Uh, I do like how they're bringing in the village, they're bringing in the inventory system, and they're bringing in the mansion from RE4. There's a lot of RE4 in this game, and I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Now, the only thing I can tie it together is I want to know what's going on with Ashley, because she like gets the most hate out of any Resident Evil character in my feeling, because everyone just always goes, "Oh, Leon, help!" And I'm just like, guys, she was like 16 in the events of Resident Evil 4. She was kidnapped.
That's no
I would
excuse.
be screaming for help.
That's no
I'd be
excuse.
screaming for help too if some random dude picked me up.
Richie, that's no excuse. Okay.
There is a possibility for Maiden that people haven't talked about.
That it's
Jill.
possibly Ashley. Oh, ooh.
Because you haven't seen her since 5. She has disappeared. Who knows? Maybe she went on this little discreet mission and ended up captured and whatever else.
Oh God.
And that's why Chris is trying to trade
And-
the baby, because he's
Yeah,
like, I want
and
Jill
that's
back.
why
He's
Chris
like,
is
"Fuck you,
there."
Ethan. I want my Jill back.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, I think that Chris would do just about anything for Jill, because that's his partner. That's who he went through all the shit with. Like,
I see.
yeah.
And it's also heavily implied that he and her are kind of a thing.
But never confirmed.
It's never confirmed, but it's heavily implied.
Okay.
I still remember reading the script for the first movie that was like originally supposed to happen, that got leaked after, and I was like, where was this? It was all Chris and Jill.
I can't wait for the reboot. I cannot
Yeah.
wait for the reboot.
I'm sorry, Ruben. We're getting on a tangent.
That's okay. That's all right. That's not a problem at all. I do want to ask Ryan final thoughts, if he has any final thoughts.
Just the trailer looked fantastic. The demo showed off the graphics and everything in like a moving setting and all that. It was fantastic. Just if they keep following what they've been doing with the remakes and with 7 and the polish and everything these games have, this will be a fantastic horror game. Can't wait to play.
Okay. Now, I have a scenario, and let me lay it all out for you guys, and you tell me what you think. Throughout the game, you pick up a whip. You're like, oh shit, cool whip. That's cool. Nothing else about it. Then, since this universe apparently has vampires already, let's just go all out. Am I wrong?
Oh no.
The castle is actually in Castlevania, and the person who's pulling the strings is none other than Dracula himself. And you just
I would put
see
it down and walk away.
Oh, come on, Tessa. You just
You
see
lost me at Castlevania.
in red letters.
Daddy
It's
Dracula,
like
step on me.
it's like how The Lion King did its I guess like title sequence. It's just Konami, and then it all fades to black. And that's it. Resident Evil is part of the Konami verse.
See, it would have made more sense if you would have been like, oh yeah, this is like a Silent Hill tie-in.
I had never played Silent Hill.
Oh, you need to.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
If you go back and you play 1 or 2, they are more comedic now than they are scary.
I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
You can get the dog
You say
ending.
that, but then you
Yeah.
meet the weird monster that's just two female pelvises like splitting out of each other, and that still creeped me out when I saw that. It's just like imagine a monster that's just sexy legs, like two sexy ladies' legs, and it's just crawling up a wall. It's nasty.
Okay, it's nothing worse than what's in like the Dark Souls universe or the Bloodborne.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's
that's not.
nothing worse than what's in
Pretty-
Persona with a penis chariot. Okay, let's just be
Okay,
real.
that's true. That's true.
What
There is a
Persona
penis
is this?
chariot.
Sorry, was I not allowed to say penis
Oh,
No,
chariot?
you can
You're
say whatever you want. I just wasn't
you-
expecting you to say that.
So
No, we can always talk about the
Persona,
penis chariot.
The generic personas are all based off of ancient various religious deities or monsters or demons. Mara is the Buddhist embodiment of desire, and you can portray this any way you want. And the geniuses in 1980s on the NES were like, what if Mara was a penis monster on a chariot? And they were saying, that's a great idea. Let's never change this design. It's perfect. And they never did change the design because it was perfect. They made it in 3D and in HD, but it's the exact same art as the guy that drew it in the 1980s NES game.
Such a shame.
That is how I beat Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royale. I used Mara because he has the greatest gun skill, which ignores defense, and he dealt the killing blow, the final boss in both games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
but penis chariot.
Yeah.
Just so we're aware.
He's the throbbing king of desire.
Oh God, that's
Oh,
a
God.
horrible title.
So, in order to get new personas in Persona 5, you have to negotiate with them to convince them to join your team. And he, unlike certain, there's like generic lines for like different types of personas. He's one of a specific type that gets completely unique lines just so that he can throw in puns like that. Like he says stuff like, "Oh, you seem like a real good guy. I'm really real hard guy. Seem like you could fight real good, long, less the length of battle." He's real creepy.
Okay.
Japan, you wild.
Having said that, let's close out the show. John, do you have any plugs for this episode?
You can find me on my Twitter at Noisy Shark. That's at NOIZY Shark. I posted a hot take on the Kind of Funny forums where I said that
Oh, no.
God of War 2018 is an alright video game, and enough people seem to have something to say about that I might make a review of God of War 2018.
Because you're just wrong.
Because
Yeah,
that's
that's
Quick.
wrong.
I provoked a debate, and debates get clicks. They get comments. They get dislikes, but that all contributes to the YouTube algorithm, and that's a great way to get me rolling by saying that God of War 2018 is an okay video game that isn't terrible, but also isn't in my list of top 5 PS4 games.
And a couple hours after you posted that, I had seen that, and I saw somebody had posted another post and said, "I'm seeing a lot of hate for 2018. Well, what was it 2018?
Yeah, God
Yeah.
of War 20.
2018 God of War. Let's change that." So I was like,
I wrote what I did, and then someone under me was like, "Yeah, I like God of War as an action series, and I was disappointed by this one." And then he took that comment and made a post of the exact comment he made under my post and made a new
Oh,
post,
God.
and it started all over again. And I was like, "Damn, people really got to defend this AAA video game that made Sony a ton of money and is the best-selling game on the system."
Because it's good.
I
Yeah.
bet it's all right. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with the game. It's
okay.
just very
Found out Ruben's thoughts about Horizon Zero Dawn, and I have thoughts about that. But
Listen,
I'll get to
listen.
that after.
I am a
Oh.
couple hours into Horizon Zero Dawn, more hours than I was in before my first playthrough. It's not bad.
It's all right.
It's not good.
Love that what you just said was you're a couple hours into Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a couple hours more than what you were the first time.
Just one.
I was like, how far did you get the first
Yeah,
time?
no,
Like 2 minutes?
no. I had played. I want to say like 5 hours into it, and then I'm like in hour 6. So, it's not the best game in the world, but it's also not bad. It's okay.
That race.
Is it a mid-tier game that people like to really put on a pedestal? Absolutely, because it's not that good of a
I
story.
agree with you. I just think it has really strong art design, and the enemy designs are very memorable. They make for a very good toy to have in your house.
So I would say yes about just the dinosaur monster robots, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
I think there's a couple other ones, but yeah, it's not most of
Like
them.
the
but some of them.
people, I am
Oh,
like not interested in at
yeah.
all.
There
Yeah.
are people in that game. I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't, but they're not very memorable.
Yeah, exactly. Richie, any plugs?
My Twitter and my Twitch, which is right above,
Yeah.
at Rich Office.
Okay.
So you can see me post sometimes some hot takes that I've talked about on here.
Yeah. What are you playing these days?
Right now, I've been switching it up between Valhalla. I went back to Cyberpunk because my save did get restored.
Okay.
Thanks to the Steam Cloud. The Steam Cloud, for some reason, didn't get it corrupted. I play Sekiro, Cyberpunk, Valhalla, a little Rainbow Six Siege with the guys every once in a while. I played Smite today and immediately uninstalled it.
Okay. I think that's understandable.
Yeah, PC Smite is very toxic.
Okay.
MOBAs be like that.
Ryan, what are you plugging?
Yes. I'll be plugging the anime podcast, which will be happening Wednesday.
What's
My
the
boy
topic?
Ruben, you're going to be on it. We're going to be talking isekai.
Oh, yeah.
So go into another world.
Oh,
It's going to be
yeah.
a fun time.
Fun time.
Got Ruben and Vinny on there. Get ready. You can find it right here on Twitch, right where we're watching this right now.
So you're saying is we're going to be, me and Vinny are going to be arguing about the same thing, but still arguing.
Yes, of course, because Vinny's on there. You have to
Yeah.
argue Vinny.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Hollywood Reporter.
Apparently, it's not a credible source, but okay, we're gonna stay away from that. Tessa, what are you promoting?
Well, I don't have much other than my Twitter, which is at the bottom of my
Screen.
icon here.
Yeah.
Smash_bro.
Okay. We will be doing, I guess, like a recap of the Resident Evil games. Still haven't forgotten about that. Now that we have a date on Resident Evil Village, I guess we could probably stick to the main canon ones, I guess. I don't know.
No, all of them, you coward.
Okay, you're going to have to give me a list of all the
So many,
games.
though.
That's
There
so
are
many
halfway
games. I feel like we should just stick to Resident Evil 1 through 7, you know?
Okay, can we
you
at
guys throw
least
0 in there.
include Revelations? Because
Sure.
we have to talk about She Wesker.
Okay. All right. So that's 8 games.
If we're doing that, I think Code Veronica needs to be added.
Oh, God. Code Veronica, you can't even play it except for the GameCube.
No, you
No,
can
it's
play
on
it. It's on
PS4.
Xbox. It's on PS4 and
It's on
Xbox One.
PS5 as
It's
well.
just still got the tank controls. That's the only downside.
It's the
Let me
exact same
rephrase.
file, but playable on modern systems.
Let me rephrase. You can't even play it anywhere except for the GameCube. Because I'm
I
not
don't
playing
think-
tank
Ruben, I will
controls.
ship you a
You have to
GameCube.
do 0 because 0 is the prequel to 1, and it does give a lot of character development to Rebecca Chambers.
I feel like 0 is also kind of like Final Fantasy 0, where it's not really playable. You don't need to play it at all.
it's very easy.
Okay.
It's definitely worth one playthrough.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll see. All right. I guess that leaves me with plugs.
What you plugging today?
I'm going to be plugging our Marvel Mondays episode of this week. No, the episode this week for Marvel Mondays, aka Cross Media Show. We're going to be reviewing WandaVision episode 3, and goddamn, what a great episode. Oh, man. I'm so excited.
Ooh.
We have
Ooh.
the great Griffin Thinnell and Doc Brooke, who, if you guys don't know, you should probably check out. She's pretty cool. She does a lot of fundraising stuff. Yeah.
Griffin's great.
Yeah, Griffin is also great. He does a great Disney Plus Us podcast, which is really clever. I really thought I wish I had thought of
Please
that.
give it a listen, people.
Yes, you should
Oh,
definitely
it's
give it a
so
listen.
good. I've been on it twice. It's so much fun. Give it
Really?
a listen, people.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I did it
Interesting.
twice.
yeah. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm assuming you guys are gonna be the same cast for when we do the recap for Resident Evil 1 through. Sorry, 0 through 8? No, 0 through 7, right?
Revelations 1 and 2.
Oh, 1
Yeah.
and 2?
Yes,
They're
1
good.
and
They're
2.
good.
Jesus.
They're
Okay.
pretty short.
Revelations
Remember, they're
1 is
3D
actually really short.
The first
Okay.
one is a 3DS game. The second one was like a Life is Strange style release where it's like 4 or 5 episodes.
That's the worst kind of release.
But this
But they released
Resident
it all in
Evil,
one package.
it's just like
Maybe you
5
can-
hours
No,
long.
Revelations 2 still had one of the best plot twists for me. That's all I'm saying.
I can believe
Oh, like the.
Resident
Are we
Evil
talking
2
about
like
good
the
plot
Buffalo.
twists? Like
It was a good plot twist.
Iron
yeah.
Man 3 plot twist? Or like
Get out
I
of
mean,
here.
it's
We don't
Resident
talk
Evil,
about
so
that plot twist. That
how
plot
good can
twist was
Resident
dog
Evil
shit.
plot twist
Excuse
be?
me, Richie. I have the power to end you. Okay, just remember
No,
that.
It was a good plot twist because like you're playing these different characters and then towards the end of the game you realize it's like a huge gap in time that's happening between the two. And that's why you're never meeting up with one another. But like the whole time you think you're gonna meet up with this other character.
Ah, okay.
It's
All
pretty
right.
cool.
Okay. All right then. You all heard that, right? I don't have to mention who else is going to be on that podcast because it's going to be all 4 of us plus Tessa.
And I'm gonna be wearing.
If
I'm gonna
I
be
can
wearing
beat all
eyeliner
those
for it
games by
too.
then, I'll be
Listen,
on it.
I'm giving you 5 months. Okay,
That's
5.
how long it is till okay, yeah.
Okay, can.
John, I will give you my Steam login so you can just play all of them.
But then I got to use Steam on a PC. Ugh. I'll see if I can get them for cheap on PSN. We'll see.
They're all on sale right now on Steam for like really cheap.
Yeah, but like my computer's not that powerful, you know. I don't have a GPU.
You can't run. You can't run something that runs off a GameCube.
No. I would rather play on a GameCube if I'm being honest. But-
oh God.
All right, Ruben. I'm sending you a GameCube.
What color?
Orange. Send him orange is
Silver.
the best one.
There'll be a classic silver. I have a good silver one.
Okay. All right. How much you want for it?
I have like 4. I used to play competitive Melee. We're fine.
Oh yeah. Okay.
God.
All right. Cool.
Give
We'll talk about this later, Ryan. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me once again. Have a good night. Bye.